Assalamualaikum and very good morning to our lecturer, Professor Dr. Rosetta Binti Ghazali. My name is Muhammad Faris bin Salihuddin, and today we are from Group 1 would like to present our data science project, which the title is Exploring the Trend of Employment in Malaysia over the Past Decades. Alright, this is our group members. Consists of four students. First, Amar Zamani Azim bin Ahmad Zaidi, then Muhammad Amir bin Aziz, me myself Muhammad Faris bin Salihuddin, and for the last one is Muhammad Khairul Amri bin Abdul Rahim. Alright, let's move to the introduction. The purpose of our study is to examine Malaysia's employment trends from 1982 to 2021, focusing on key factors such as education levels, age groups, and employment across industries, sectors, and states. For the research approach, we use descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive analytics to discover patterns and relationships between them. For the significance of this project is to provide actionable insights for workforce development and decision making for employment in Malaysia. Okay, now we move to our problem statement. Employment dynamics are influenced by types of industries, demographics such as education level and age, and difference across area. This research gap is important for us to understanding how these factors collectively shape employment opportunities and outcomes in Malaysia. The goal for our project is to use data-driven analysis to improve employment prospects and address economic inequalities in Malaysia. The objective of this project is first to study how different employment sectors have affected employment rates in Malaysia over the past decades. Second, to analyze employment trends in different areas and to understand the reasons behind differences in job opportunities across sectors and groups. And the last one is to identify key factors that impact job trends in various locations and demographics. For technical tools and methodology, first, the software that we use is Microsoft Excel for data collections and data gathering. Second, we use Power BI for interactive dashboards for visualization. And the third one is we use Jupyter Notebook for forecasting dataset. The programming language that we use is Python, especially pandas for data pre-processing, visualization libraries for insights. The dataset that we use is employment statistic from the Department of Statistics Malaysia from 1982 to 2021. Discovered about demographics such as age, education, and gender, and for economic trends such as industries and sectors. Now we move to solution architecture. The framework that we use for this project is data integration across sectors, states, and demographics. Second one, processing with Python for trend identification. And the last one, for interactive visualization via Power BI for real-time exploration. The key outputs for this project is static and dynamic visualization. And second one, insights for stakeholders, including policymakers and planners.
My name is Muhammad Khairul Amri bin Abdul Rahim. I will explain about the security analysis in this project. So for the overview, Selangor recorded the highest employment. The second overview is males dominate the workforce more than female. And the third one, for educational qualification, experience holders dominate employment while degree holders contribute less despite higher qualification. So for key visual, age from 25 until 29 years is the highest for employment trends, and 60 until 64 years is the lowest for employment trends from the dataset. And for manufacturing, leads compared to the others industry for specific employment breakdown. Using the Power BI, we made the dashboard that highlight key employment trends in Malaysia. The total number of employment person is recorded at 362.31 thousand, with Selangor leading as the state with the highest employment, followed by Johor and Sabah. In contrast, wilayah Persekutuan Labuan and wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya have the lowest employment figures. Gender-wise, males dominate the workforce, making up to 63.78% of the total employed population, while females account for 36.22%. Over the years, employment numbers have shown steady growth, particularly from 1980 to 2020, reflecting Malaysia's economic and industrial development. Now, this dashboard provide an overview of employment distribution by the highest educational certificate attained. The total number of employment person is 376.93 thousand. Much of the workforce hold on SPM or equivalent qualification, accounting for the highest employment figures. And employment number are significantly lower for individuals with higher qualifications such as degree and diplomas, as well as those with religion certificate and certificate. This distribution highlight a concentration of employment among individuals with mid-level education qualification, reflecting the structure of the Malaysian workforce. Using the Power BI, we create a dashboard that illustrates the distribution of employed persons across different age groups, totaling 376.87 thousand. So from the pie chart, the age from 25 until 26 age group account for the largest portion of employment at 70.22%, and employment gradually declines among older age groups, with the 60 until 64 age group representing the smallest share with 2.51%. Distribution emphasizes a workforce dominated by younger and middle-aged individuals, reflecting the demographic structure of Malaysia's employed population. This part shown the data visualization highlights the distribution of employed person across various industries and states. The manufacturing industry stand out as the leading employer, far spacing other industries. The dominance indicates that manufacturing plays a pivotal role in the labor market and economic activities in the observed region. The high employment figures in the sector suggest its significant contribution to industrial output and development, likely driven by factors such as industrial expansion, infrastructure, and a skilled workforce. This trend reflects the strategic importance of the manufacturing industry in shaping employment dynamics within the country. The last part in descriptive analysis, this dashboard shown the minimum of employed person in thousand by industry and state, which is in this slide, reveals that the electricity, gas, and water supply sector records the minimum employment among industries, with a total of 535.10 thousand employed person across Malaysia. This reflects the sector specialized nature and lower workforce demand compared to dominant industry like manufacturing. Employment in this sector varies by state, likely concentrated in regions with significant industrial and utilities infrastructure. Its relatively workforce contribution underscore its niche role within the broader employment landscape. Thank you.
Next is the diagnostics analysis, which investigate the reason behind the employment pattern we observe. This section focuses on identifying key drivers of employment distribution across industries and states in Malaysia. This visualization here provides a summary of employed person by industry and state. Starting with manufacturing sector, it is largest employer with over 69,000 workers, highlighting Malaysia's emphasis on industrialization. This dominance is supported by policies such as free trade agreement and the development of industrial infrastructure. Next, look at the state-specific trends. Selangor lead as an economic powerhouse driven by industrial parks, ports, and in strategic location. Johor follows with a strong focus on cross-border trade and industries like petrochemical and shipbuilding. Sabah's employment is shaped by its reliance on agriculture, forestry, and tourism. On the other hand, sectors like arts, entertainment, and recreation have significantly lower employment figures. This reflects the limited development of the creative economy along with lower policy support. And now let's look at the visualization. The top left chart shows a total of number of employed persons with a clear dominance of manufacturing as an industry. The top right bar chart highlights employment distribution across states with Selangor leading, and the bottom table and chart further break down employment by industry, reinforcing the significance of manufacturing and revealing disparities across other sectors.
Okay, now we move to predictive analysis. From the descriptive and diagnostic analytics, we have provided an insight that Selangor, the state Selangor and in manufacturing sectors have the highest employment rates in Malaysia. So we want to predict in the next 10 years about employment rates in Selangor and in manufacturing in Selangor. The method that we use is linear regression applied to forecast employment trends from 2022 to 2031. The focus on Selangor's manufacturing sector. Current worker is 99,190 workers in 2021. The forecast value that in 2022 is 600k workers and in 2031 is 700k workers. The implication of this predictive analysis to reinforce Selangor's industrial base and to address potential challenges such as automation and global competition. Okay, from this graph, we have clearly stated that the employment rates in Selangor, especially in manufacturing sectors, has increasing, and in 2021, 2022, we predict the employment rate is going to increase until 2031.
So now for the output, Malaysia's employment landscape shows Selangor leading in employment, while Wilayah Persekutuan Labuan and Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya have the lowest numbers. Males dominate the workforce 63.78%, with most employed individual holding SPM or no cert, and the 25 to 34 age group contributing significantly. Manufacturing is the largest employer, particularly in Selangor, while Sabah employment relies on agriculture, forestry and tourism. Projections indicate continued growth in manufacturing through 2031, though factors like technology and global change may influence the trend. Focus is needed on reducing regional disparities, improving workforce skills and promoting sustainable growth. For the conclusion, this study provides valuable insight into Malaysia's employment landscape, highlighting key trends across states, demographic, and sectors. While manufacturing and agriculture remain dominant, disparities in regional employment and underdeveloped sectors such as arts and recreation underscore the need for target policies. Predictive analytics forecast steady growth in key industries, particularly manufacturing in Selangor, driven by supportive infrastructure and industrial policies. Moving forward, addressing regional inequalities, enhancing workforce skills, and promoting diverse economic activities.